Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Johnna's Journey. I'm going to take my earrings out. I just pulled my hair up and take my earrings out because my one, it's like sore. So, hope everybody's having a great Friday so far. It's been a good day, been a nice day. It's been toasty, but, not unbearable. Well, hello, Lenora. I'm a few minutes late, later than intended, but yes, you did. Today you did. So how did your event go today? Hey, Charlotte, how are you? I think so far so good. I don't want to jinx anything. It'd be amazing if I had 2 good streams in a row. We haven't had that for a while. Hey, Stalin, how are you? I am doing good, and thank you for the thumbs up. I'm doing okay. Update on Braven. He is breathing on his own, and he's been playing and having PT at the hospital. He's doing pretty good healing. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for that update, Charlotte. That's awesome. Hey, Nifty. How are you? I can't talk just yet. We're still swamped. Oh, well, that's good. That's good that you're swamped. So happy you are live tonight. Love your channel. Well, thank you very much, Nifty. I appreciate it. And I am so happy you're with us tonight. Yeah, well, good luck on that. That's not going to happen. I don't think you want to see that. Super duper. Wow. I'm glad to hear that you're doing super duper. I like that. Excuse me. Working on another, you had said that last night that you were working on a boomerang scarf, so yeah. Awesome. Well, I finished this shirt today. I actually need to cut my strings off of here because I got them woven in. I just didn't get them snipped. Like right here, I see another one down here I need to weave in, but I got this one finished today. And I did more of a scalloped edging on the sleeve. You can't really tell it from there, but so I got it finished today, and it's one that says Kick Rocks on it. So I'm happy about that. The only thing I have to do is I'm gonna have to tack up here a little bit where some of the t-shirt is kind of wanting to poke out a little bit. So you sold your huge elephant. Ah, awesome. Oh, Nifty, you're fine. Not a worry. Oh yes, I am happier than a bowl of ice cream. How about a bucket? How about the bucket of ice cream? Well, that is exciting. I'm happy for you, Lenora. Oh, there we go again. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I I've been crocheting literally all day long. So, I mean, I've had breaks where I've done other things and I've gotten some other things done. And of course, I had to do my house duties, But other than that, seriously, can you guys find something else to say? I mean, really. Hello, Gabriella. How are you tonight? Well, and also this cocoon granny square cardigan. I call it a cocoon cardigan, whatever. I did get the rest of the rounds done on it, and I went ahead and chose to do a gray. And I think I like it. I think it goes. I think it's enough that it kind of brings out all the rest of these kind of different shades of green and stuff. So I'm happy with the choice on that. I thought about doing a lighter green, but it was like, no, I need to save that for my cardigan duster, that we're doing. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is going around the sleeve. So I'm just going to work on that for right now. I got the other sleeve done. So I just have 4 more rows to go. 4.5 rows to go. Well, when you say that someone, I mean, give them a compliment, I would hope that you're saying it in a nice way. Thank you, Barbara. So yeah, I'm happy I got that shirt done. I got the sweater almost all the way done. I didn't get the pocket sewn onto the other t-shirt yet, though. I've got it pinned in place and everything, but I don't have it sewn on yet. So I'm getting things wrapped up. And I'm going to finish this row, and then I will show. I went ahead and brought the shirts in that I got thrifting the other day to make, to go ahead and upcycle again with the other, I mean, yeah. So, but this one is the one that I am going to actually try to make it into a jacket. And it's just a regular long-sleeved t-shirt type material. I think I paid like $2 for it. Yeah, it's just an authentic St. John's Bay t-shirt. What size is it? I don't even remember what. It doesn't say. I think it's like a large, maybe a large or an extra large. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it down the center in half. I'm going to leave the sleeves on for right now, but what my plan is to do is to crochet down that opening. And then what I'm thinking about doing whenever I do that cut is round it here in the front, like bring it down and round it. I don't know for sure yet, because what I would like to do is to extend it down a little bit more with kind of a lacy look crochet pattern. Hey, Lori. Oh, thank you. Well, it's actually, there's a lady on here, Patty, that she actually kind of came up with the idea. But in my head, I kind of have my pattern in my head of what I'm thinking that I kind of want to do. So, first against snoozers. Yeah, okay. Well, you can think, I guess you can think you're chosen. You're first in the line of maybe you're fifth of the first. You're the fifth of the first, maybe. So anyway, I'm going to extend it down a little bit further to kind of make it that jacket kind of thing and have it go around the bottom, of course, and come back up, you know. And I'm not sure about the collar area though, what I'm going to do here. I don't know what stitch yet. And I don't even know for sure if I am going to stitch around it yet. So, but my other idea too, along with that, is don't cut the sleeve off completely. Maybe go to a 3/4 or a little bit past 3/4, at least past the elbow, or maybe even a little bit, maybe even to right here, possibly in here, and do a crocheted extended sleeve a little bit, you know, go ahead and take about maybe that much off and crochet around that and do kind of a slight bell sleeve, but not so floppy that you're going to be dipping it in your soup while you're eating supper somewhere, you know, at a nice restaurant, you know, type thing. So, because I like that look and stuff, but I don't want it to be so much that it's like flopping everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Day 956 of commenting on a random live. Oh, okay. That's interesting, Cannon. Hello, Moss. I will only be able to watch a few minutes, but I will leave you running. I have a migraine and was about to sign off. Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. So don't worry about me. I mean, if you want to keep me on, that's fine, you know, but I totally understand. And oh, I hope I am praying that that passes very quickly for you, Lori. I know it's not fun. I used to have migraines. And thank the Lord I do not have them anymore, but I may not be first, but at least I glitch my way to the end of the streams most times. Hey, you know what? I just appreciate that you're here, Chosen. You know, I honestly do. You know, you bring a little spark to the family. You bring a little love and light, you know? So anyway, that's my plan for this. I had thought about starting it tonight on here, but I'm not going to, I don't think. I think, going to do kind of a short, and you know, do segments of what I'm doing in it and kind of put it up as a short or something. I don't know, but I probably will work on it at some point in time while I am on here. But it's going to be a fun little project. I'm excited to do it. I think it'll be fun. And I really like the quality of this t-shirt and kind of this material. It's kind of warm, but yet breathable, like a little bit, if that makes sense. So it'll be perfect for like fall and even into winter for some people that don't want something heavy, you know? So I'm excited to get that started. And I'm thinking of using, say, the sage color. I don't know. I wondered about doing parchment with it too, because that's what I used on this one. So I don't know. It's either the parchment or doing the sage. Haven't decided yet. So, and then the other shirt I got. And this one is probably going to end up being a poncho. So, yes, I do, Chef. Chosen plus Spark equals Chark. Oh my gosh, Chosen. Yes, I have I actually go through Whatnot, and there's a link in my description for that. So all my stuff is there, and plus people can contact me too through email. But so I found this shirt. It's a little bit different fabric. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's t-shirty, but it's different. And I don't know how to explain it at all. So, but anyway, the brand of it, I don't know. It looks like it maybe came from some kind of a boutique style, or like, you know, when you're on vacation, you might pick something up, whatever. But it is a medium size, and it's by Crazy Train. 62% cotton, 30% polyester. 9% spandex. But I just think it's kind of cute. You know, it's just kind of different. And I love all the colors. I love the colors. So, and it is it's a little bit longer tailed, just a little bit. And even though it's a medium, you could extend it out to probably fit up to maybe an extra large by the time I get done with the poncho part of it. So I'm definitely gonna do like fall colors and stuff for this. I think it's gonna be super cute. And I think I'm actually gonna use acrylic yarn for this one instead of the cotton. So this will be the first one that I've done the acrylic with. All the other ones have been cotton yarn. So I've got this one to do. So I really would like to get this one done before my next market. But I really need to get my Walter the Wolf done. I need to work on some of my amigurumi after I get done with this, is what I need to do. And get a few of those done because I just have a few. It's not a lot that I want to get done on that, but I still want to get it done all the same so I'm ahead of the game. So, because then I have Christmas stuff that I really do want to work on. How was the day of yours and your folks and the chicklets? Oh, everything was good. I'm trying to think I went out to coffee this morning. I did meet them at 8:30. So we sat and talked and laughed and enjoyed and caught up, and because one of the gals, I don't get to talk to as much. I haven't talked to her in quite some time. Every now and then a text or whatever. But then the other one, she's one of my best friends. And so we really did get to spend, we really do spend more time together. But it was just nice getting together. And I love him. So we sat there from 8:30 until about 11:30, just talking and enjoying enjoying our time. So then I came home and checked on the chickens and did a little housework, did some dishes, tried to decide for sure what I was going to make for supper. And then I was like, then we had an appointment that we had to go to town for. And then we didn't get home until like around 4, maybe, something like that. And I threw supper in the oven. And then I've been crocheting in between them too. So it's been nice. It's been nice. Hey Patty, how are you? And the chickens, they're doing good. I got Ruby out, and so I sat on the patio with her for a little bit just to get her in the sun. Well, I was gonna try to get each one of them and sit in the sun with them a little bit because I'm trying to just get them. We're gonna slowly be transitioning them. So hopefully we'll be getting our chicken coop here in the next week or so. So yeah. Hey Construction, how are you? Welcome back. Yes, I remember you. So yeah, the chickens are doing good. I mean, they are so big. They're getting so big. And Ruby, her little down feathers, her little baby feathers, they're starting to come out like crazy, because her regular feathers are coming in, and so are the rest of them too. There's one in I call her Big Bessie. Well, Bossy Bessie is what I call her, and because she's a little bit bigger, and so anyway, I don't know if it's going to end up being a Bessie or a Bob, but we'll see. So so far, I think they are all female, but I am questioning that one on if it could possibly be a rooster, and it's starting to show me signs of the possibility that it may be a Bossy Bob. I don't know, so we'll see. Am I going to need to watch the replay for more t-shirts? Did you no, I don't know. This is the only t-shirt that I got from Thrift. Then this one that I was talking about, the Sista long sleeve, were you here for it, for what I'm planning on doing for it? Because I was talking about you. I was sharing because Lori had said, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea." And I said, "Well, I got somewhat of the idea from you, Patty." So, and I was kind of saying what my idea of what I wanted to do with it was. So, call is Bobby Bob Bob. Yeah. There you go. I only saw one. No. Okay. Let me watch your video. I'll be bog. Yeah, I do have I do have my chicken video up, but they're tiny in that video compared to what they are now because we didn't have them very long in that one video. Okay, this is the one t-shirt that I did get done, the Kick Rocks, and I did like a scallop edging on it. I did the granny stitch on it, and then I did more of just like a scalloped edging. But I do need to tack up a little bit on the sleeves up here, possibly. Because here on the mannequin, some of that t-shirt is wanting to kind of stick out a little bit. So I'm going to have to kind of tack it a little bit. So, but then this shirt that I got thrifting, it's a long sleeved, but what I'm planning on doing is like cut it down the middle. And I'm thinking about possibly curving down here, but I may not. It just depends. Because I would like to extend down along here too with some, edging, kind of more flowy edging type or whatever. So, and I'm not sure of what I want to put around the neck, if I want to put anything around the neck. I don't know yet. That's to be seen. So, determine later. But I would like to go ahead and keep the sleeve possibly to about this point. I don't know that I think I wanted a little bit longer than 3/4 and then do kind of a modified bell sleeve, but not have it so bellish, belly that whenever you're eating, it's like wanting to get in your food, get in your soup, that type of thing. So so those are my thoughts on this. So, and I'm wondering, I went between using the parchment that I did on this sleeve, or I also have this sage color that I think is so pretty that, I mean, it would go. So I'm kind of going back and forth on that. So, but yeah, with this one, I'm planning on doing a poncho out of it and doing fall colors with it. So I really want to get it done before this market that's coming up pretty quick. Thank you, construction. Let's me watch your video. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out, I can always change my mind, I've done that before, so we'll see how it turns out. And I absolutely love this t-shirt too. I just think it's cute. So okay, I'm gonna have to turn down my TV. I have me on in the background so I can keep track of if I'm staying on. Because of here lately. Ugh. But last night, everything seemed to go smooth last night. So I'm hopeful that tonight does the same thing. And I thought I was having another separate issue, but then I got that figured out. So, well, thank you, Patty. Now, and if if what's in my brain, if I can just get it created, out there, then we'll be good. You working on now a crochet scrunchie? You're working on a crochet scrunchie? Is that what you're working on? Is that what you're saying, or asking me if I am? I'm working on a sweater, a granny square. I'm working on a granny square cocoon sweater, and I'm finishing the second arm trim. It's the one that I was working on last night that I ran out of the Karen ombre. And I was going to extend it out and do more of that color, but then I was like, no, by the time I get the extra on of like my accent color, I want to do that instead. So I went ahead and just started the gray then and built it up a little bit more and then started my trim. Thank you, construction. I appreciate that. Thank you, scrolling. I appreciate that. Love, love, love your t-shirt. Oh, yeah. It's the Brandon Lake song, that song by Brandon Lake, Brandon Lake sings. And it's just, you've got a lion inside of those lungs. Yeah. Get up and praise the Lord. So. Thank you, Saturn. Hello, Potato. How are you? I imagine a small line of granny squares down the center of the sleeves, around the hemline of the body, up the center pockets. And you know what? That would be a good one for some time, but it probably won't be for this one. I'm already doing a million little, granny squares for my duster. But yes, that is a good idea, and I would like to do that at some point. It just probably won't be with this one yet. I plan for this one here. I'm planning on doing the acrylic yarn. All the others have been cotton so far, but I'm feeling acrylic with this other one. So where is shirt from is cute. I like one like this. Oh, I understand is my imagination. Oh yeah, Patty. And I want everybody to show their imagination. Because I mean, it's just, and it's so amazing because you know what? All of us are so much more alike than what we even think, Because, oh, yeah, because there's been so many of those that I've seen with granny squares like that. And it's like, oh, I would love to do that. And then whenever that duster popped up, I was like, oh, there we go. There we go. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that challenge, Lenora. And so, but now that I have all this other stuff, I've been trying to get ready because this is just a fun project, And, but I have all this other stuff I want to make too, that I need to get made for my markets. So, yes, we do. And sometimes, and give each other spins off of things and whatever. And then what somebody has an idea, then another says, oh, and then you can do that, I love it. I love it. Well, the t-shirts construction that I showed tonight, this one and this one, I got at a thrift store. This one, I'm sure came from Kohl's at some point in time. This one is probably like a boutique or even a maybe souvenir store, something, whatever. I don't know. But the one behind me, I got at Real King because they had them all on sale for $5. Well, thank you, Patty. I try. I try to be as creative as possible. I try to get my juices flowing because I don't want to be like everybody else. I never have wanted to be. And so I just try to just, come up with different things and use what I got. Hey, donuts. Oh, we had potato. Now we have donuts. I mean, we're going to have a smorgasbord here in a minute. Sorry. I just thought of that. Oh, gosh. I like your vid. Now or later, you pick. Well, I'm crocheting on a granny square, like cocoon sweater. I'm doing the trim on the last sleeve. Construction, if you're talking about just like giving me a thumbs up, I mean, you can feel free to do that anytime. I mean, that's up to you. Thank you, donuts. I'm a fan of the greens. I gravitate towards the greens and the kind of the different shades of blue, But green for the shades of green for years have been my favorite. So you have helped my creativity thinking get stirring again. I sort of lost the mojo for a while. I understand that, Patty. There was a time I remember, oh my gosh, my anxiety was so through the roof. And this was years ago, and just had a lot going in life. And I remember being that way. It was just like all I could do, to even think of doing anything. It was just like, it was almost kind of scary for me to even try to do it because I thought it was going to stir up more emotion than what I could handle at the time, if that makes sense. So it was just like, okay, I'm just going to take a break for a while. It'll come back. And that's what happened. And so gradually I just started giving myself little doses of it to bring it back, because I felt like I was just going to be overwhelmed if I just dove in again. And two, I had just a lot of stuff going myself that I needed to work through and stuff like that too. So it became part of my therapy too, of just getting my creativity back and everything too. So, and that was a huge blessing. So, did you knit that shirt behind you? Yes, I did crochet the sleeves on this. I just cut the sleeves off and then I wove my base into the sleeve after I cut it and then just crocheted it on from there. It makes you feel alive when you create. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Patty. It does. And just watching it come to life, so to speak. It's like, oh wow, you know, I made that, you know. Drawing makes me feel happiness. Oh, yes, donuts. Yeah. I don't draw as much as I used to, but me and my brother both are more the artistic, and he used to draw a lot too. Colors, oh yes. Because there was a time, Patty, where my favorite color was black. And it's like, no, as I got older, it's like, no, you like color, you do. You just think you look bad in it. It's like, no, you don't. I mean, just start wearing color. Start incorporating color into your world, on your body. you know, have fun. Because I I am a person that I do enjoy, you know, dressing up and putting things together and whatever. I mean, I don't look like it on here, honestly, and I probably should make a little more effort maybe, but I'm always on here towards the end of the night whenever it's like, okay, whenever I get off of here, I'm going to bed. So I do enjoy that. I enjoy fashion and I enjoy putting things together and making outfits and stuff like that because for a while, even it was on Facebook though, it wasn't on YouTube. But I think I do have a few shorts maybe on YouTube. But here on YouTube. But on Facebook I had a page where I would do thrifty, trendy fashion finds, I think is what it was called. And I would go thrifting and I would shop my closet, see what pieces, if there's things that I was kind of needing to go with certain things. And I'd put outfits together every day before I would go to work. I would show my outfit and stuff. And that was so much fun. And it did make me feel so much better because it was fun, and being creative again, and incorporating color and all that kind of stuff. So your videos make me happy. Oh, thank you, construction. I appreciate that. Ma'am, I need some advice. Noah, I mean, I can try, but your videos is good. Oh, thank you, construction. Thanks for popping in again, and I hope to see you later on. So have a good night. I went wild and got bright glasses one time. It is a form of expression of art. Hey, that is fun. That is fun. A channel called TLC contacted me and said they would pay me $90K to add to my body for a TV show. I am conflicted on if I should do the deal or not. I mean, I don't know what's true on here ever. So, but let's say you're telling the truth. Let's put it that way. And you have a TV show that's calling you just out of the blue, which I can't really believe that just they randomly picked a person and just said, "Hey, whatever, it doesn't matter." So, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So, saying that they want you to add 120 to 160 pounds to your body for a TV show. Okay, they're going to film you adding on the 120 to 160 pounds, or they just want you to gain that weight so then they can film you taking it off. I mean, but is it going to be worth $90,000 to put your health at risk? I don't know. I got an email. I used to do a YT channel, so maybe they got me from there. Yeah, who knows? Well, as a person that has health issues that it's hard to lose weight, it wouldn't be worth it to me. There's no amount of money that I wouldn't do it. I mean, I wouldn't. If it's all true and real, whatever. I mean, even hypothetically, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a good conversation piece to talk about, I guess. But I wouldn't do it. Money isn't that important to me. And it's not worth it to put your health at risk, because if you're otherwise healthy and then you do that and add weight, because some of these actors and actresses that do that, because even here recently they were talking about Channing Tatum and stuff, and I mean, he was a skeleton. And even he said it was rough on his body. So you can get health. It's a health risk. Most would want to lose, not gain. Exactly, Patty. And that's where I'm at. I mean, I did lose over 100 pounds, but still, I've gained some of that back, and I've lost it, and I've gained it, and I've lost it, and I've gained it. Not huge amounts, but enough, where I just keep teetering with the same like 15-ish pounds, and it seems like I'm just kind of in that place, and it's like I'm not going to get stressed out about it, because as soon as you do, then that doesn't help your body either. So, and I just have come to the realization that my body isn't like everybody else's. I am an active person. I do things. I'm not lazy. It's not that. And that's what I get so tired of, was some of these people that they really seriously have way more health issues than I do, and they struggle even worse, but they do everything they can, but other people see them as being lazy and not doing what they're supposed to, but I don't know their stories either. But I mean, still, how does anybody know, and everybody has their struggles with something, there's nobody knows other people's struggles and their stories, No, I am already overweight, so I assume they are just trying to add on to exaggerate. They claim it would be similar to 600-pound life. No, I would be out. I am in a financial situation right now, so 90K would change everything. Oh, it would change everything for everybody. I mean, for anybody that was offered 90,000, who wouldn't it change? Reality, 90,000 and dead, right? And what good would that do you if you weren't healthy and you couldn't even enjoy it? You'd have money for people to pay for your funeral. I know that sounds really cryptic and whatever, and I'm not trying to be mean, but what's the good in that? I lost 85, gained 125, and now down 32. I'm active. Thank you, stress. Right. Well, and as I have shared on this back in the day, because that's part of what my channel is just sitting here and talking to you guys. I just happen to crochet, and that's why I called it Johnna's Journey. So I just happen to crochet while I'm on here. I am about crochet, and I'm about crafting, and I'm about all that stuff. But honestly, too, it's about just connecting with people and sharing stories and all of that, and so I have shared my health story in the past, and I do have an autoimmunity, and so whenever I finally got those answers, then I completely changed everything. I totally went with medicine, modern medicine too, but I went totally functional, and that's why I got to losing the weight and getting where I'm at now. I am more healthy now than I've ever been, because there was a time I was in bed and I did not get out of bed. I mean, and I was agoraphobic. I did not leave my house for 9 months. I mean, it was awful, and it was all due to the underlying conditions I had until I got those corrected, and started doing what I needed to do. Because originally, they just kept wanting to give me, if you looked at my medical chart, you would think that I just had mental illness the whole time, because that's all they wanted to do. They just wanted to give me meds for, my anxiety, my panic attacks, things like that, which, yes, I was having, and I grew up having those, but those also came from PTSD. And realizing that as going through therapy and all that kind of stuff, that's how I found out some of that stuff, because I wasn't even diagnosed with PTSD until I was almost, well, no, I was already in my 50s. And so I just never thought of it. I just was like, oh, well, I'm anxious and have, panic attacks, and, said my other little things that, because it used to be if I went anywhere, I had to know everything about the building. I had to know, where the exits were. I had to know where the bathrooms were. I had to know exactly where my car was in the parking lot, and it couldn't be dark, and I had to be with certain people. And I mean, all of this stuff. Well, after all that, then it's like, yeah, it makes sense now that is PTSD, But now that I have all my other stuff corrected, my deficiencies and my autoimmunity is somewhat under control, I've got the correct medication for me and stuff too, and the dosage is right, and I changed my diet. I'm active. I'm as active as I can be and stuff like that. That's when that was a game changer. All that other stuff went away. I am rereading the email. They said the surgery is over 200,000 and fully paid for. 9-episode TV series following my life and obesity, and additional $5,000 per episode. So they're wanting you to gain all this weight on top of what you have just so you can go through a surgery and they can document it. But the surgery is $200,000. But they are fully paying for it. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. Because it's like they're trying to lure you in and con you into doing it. Again, if this is a legit story, and I'm sorry I keep saying that, but I'm just saying, con you into gaining more weight so then you can turn around and have surgery. Why not just take you on now where you're at, get the surgery, but the thing is, are you wanting surgery? That's another thing you're adding to it. You didn't say that prior that the surgery was involved. So I don't know. But yes, fibromyalgia is not good, Patty. That's not good. It is not fun to be in pain. Because when you're in pain, you just don't feel good. I mean, even in any part of your body, And that's one thing that I was always in constant pain. And like looking at the clock of when I could get home from work and go back to bed, because as soon as I'd get up, I was like, I would have a good maybe 2 to 5 minutes. And then after that, it was just like I felt like I was hit by a Mack truck. And thank the Lord, I no longer feel like that. I don't. I mean, I have days, and if I eat gluten, I pay for it. I do pay for it. Here a while back, I did that, and I wasn't on here for a few days because of that. It wasn't the more recent with my son's wedding or anything, but prior to that, there was a time there that I was on here for a couple days. Little to no sleep. I lost 1.5 years to just surviving. Yeah. Oh, Patty. Yeah. I understand. I understand. And once I started regaining my life back and just little by little, whenever I was living back then, that wasn't living, but I didn't even realize how bad it was until I started feeling better and getting through some stuff, because during those times I was just surviving. Like you said, you're just in survival mode and you're just doing what you can and thinking, okay, this is good as it's gonna get, type thing. And once I started getting better and finding out everything that I needed to do and what I needed to correct and do on my part and stuff, and things started falling in line, then it's like, wow. And the emotions on that were crazy because it was just like, wow, I felt like I had my life back. I still do. I feel like I have my life back. Hey, Ronnie, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you. It looks like they're working on the interstate tonight. Every now and then they do work at night, but they hadn't been for a while. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it tonight. Interesting, because it's almost 10 o'clock. Hello, Victorious. How are you? And welcome to the live. Yep, I've had it since I was a kid, but was undiagnosed until my 30s. Oh, yeah. And that's with me. I went doctor, 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 and even, I mean, my regular doctor, I mean, she wouldn't test me for what I thought that I had going on. And I went alternative, and that's how they tested me, and that's how I found out everything. And she did not want, she wasn't gonna do anything that I wanted to try to do. And I said, well, I do. So I left that doctor and found another doctor, and that's when things really changed. Because they were willing to work with my functional doctor too. So yep, that's what I said. If you go back and look at my chart, there's years that I was begging for them to test me and do and whatever, and they kept pushing me to the side. Oh, here's another, here's another, antidepressant to try. Here's another SSRI. Here's another, and I went through I don't know how many, and none of them were doing anything for me until I did take Lexapro for a while after I had Sam, and that really did help me for a period of time, but then I just stayed on it. But then I was like, okay, I got to get off because I wasn't feeling anything, and I was like, no, I need to start dealing with my stuff. I'm at a place where now I feel like I can do that. And so I did get off of it, and I'm not against any of those things. There is a place for them for people. I am not against any of it at all. But for me, I just know that more during that time, whenever I was getting off of it, it was more situational and not medical, chemical, whatever, with my brain and stuff. It was just more, it was up to me then to start doing the work that I needed to do. And that was just me and my story. That was me. So, um, yeah, I mean, it was just, there was none of this trying to figure out really what was going on. They didn't try to test me for any deficiencies. There was no changing of my diet. It was always, well, if you think that's what you have to do, that's what they would tell me. And I'm like, seriously? So it wasn't until after I had Sam and went through a couple of doctors, and I was in my 30s. I was in my 30s, so late 30s. Well, mid 30s, something like that. And that just upsets me so bad whenever it's like when some doctors don't want to listen and they just want to go to, oh yes, it's all in your head. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Oh, your blood for work is fine. All your markers are good. Inflammation, you don't have inflammation. It's not showing on here. And it's like, did you do the right test? It's like there's so many different tests to see markers for things. And I research everything. So, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not, but I almost feel like I could have turned into one sometimes. But I find this stuff interesting, to look up too. So I do. I very much feel for people. I feel for people. Making sure I was still going. Autoimmune disorders came to life after I got diagnosed. Dad got my Cynthia. Oh, okay, Gravis. Yeah, a sister got diagnosed with Hashimoto, a niece with Epstein-Barr, and I have a son with lupus. Oh wow. Yes, I'm a Hashimoto, and actually the Epstein-Barr can be a precursor to the Hashimoto. I think it is. I think it's that, and there's something else. What was it? There was something else. I can't remember now. Oh, what is it? I know what it was. It was right here. It was right here, and I can't remember. Um, but yeah, once you're in that bubble, with the autoimmunity, it's like you have all these other things. So, like even with the Hashimoto's and stuff, I mean, like MS and diabetes and stuff like that, it's like, oh boy, hug Luna for you. I will, scrolling. Give your peppers a hug for me. And your kitty cat or kitty cats. I can't remember. Do you have more than one cat? And yeah, lupus is that's not fun either. So yeah, I've been trying very hard to not get another autoimmunity. As far as I know, Hashimoto's is the only thing I have. So seriously, Larry, what are you at? Why are you asking that? 2 cat, 1 dog. There you go. Hey Nellie, how are you? Yes, I'm glad you found us again too. Hit the subscribe the subscribe button, and then you can find us again every time I get on. Locking on one lizard. Are you thinking about getting a lizard? Looking at getting a lizard? Is that what you're meaning? Scrolling? Well, crocheting, knitting, weaving, etc. is my Calgon. Yeah. Oh, yes. I agree with you, Patty. I agree. Because it does. It takes your mind off of it. Your body relaxes, and it does take us away. I have lizard before. Now, so looking on now. So you had a lizard that passed away, and you're looking at getting another one? My sock weight sweater is going to take more balls than I thought. I think it is going to be multicolored now. Oh, hey, that'll be pretty. That'll be pretty, Patty. Well, good luck scrolling on your search for a new pet lizard. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm on my 5th row. I have one more row after this on this sleeve. And then I'll do the front band. I looked up the wheat stitch and now I am crocheting maybe a pumpkin with that stitch. I love it. Oh, isn't it pretty, Nellie? They are. They're pretty. They're really pretty. And what I like too is whenever you get done to go ahead and shape them and like, wrap the yarn around to give it definition is that, it's already spaced for you. You can see it right there. All my wool goes together, so that's a plus. I knew what you meant, Patty. I'm used to it because I get to type in and whatever, and I'm the same. And so, or the autocorrect thinking, the word that's there is the one that goes, but autocorrect thinks that it should be a different word. And I'm like, I don't get that. But whenever you go to correct it, it shows that that should be the correct word. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So no worries on that. I usually can decipher. No, you are right, Patty. Autocorrect is not the smartest. It's ridiculous. And it really makes me mad sometimes because I'll read through it and I'll think, okay, everything's on here and I've got it the way I want it. And yeah, as soon as I hit, then it's like autocorrect, send it with, and I'm like, how about I just turn autocorrect off? I don't know that you can do that. You might be able to. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. Maybe I need to. Hello. I'm on ball 2 on my sweater back. Go, Patty, go. I would like to use some of that wool the wool blend, alpaca merino blend kind of yarns that I got there from Lenora. I wouldn't mind making one of these cocoon sweaters out of that sometime. But that might be later whenever I start doing my Christmas round of stuff. Clouds, I have been crocheting just shy of 50 years. A long time. You started last week? Well, you know what? You got to start somewhere, right? Yeah, Patty's got me beat. She's been doing it for 47 years. She's more seasoned. If Sally has to see that. Oh, geez. I'm not even. Oh, I'm sure you don't really. I mean, you got to start somewhere. So just give yourself grace and patience. Oh my gosh, CJ, how are you? It's been forever and a stinking day. You're alive. You're alive. And I'm so happy to see you. Luna heard me getting all excited. She had to get up off the couch. My grandson is now crocheting and weaving pot holders thanks to me. Hey, yeah, that's awesome. And that's something that you two can do together, Patty. So, yeah. Good. Softball, baseball, cross country, and track. Yeah, you're in a busy season of life, CJ. But good. Been missing you, ladies. Well, I've certainly been missing you. I'm about to crochet a sweater, but like I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna say, Cloud. Did you literally just pick up a crochet hook and some yarn last week, and you're already wanting to do a sweater? And see, and that's what just, I don't know, I laugh because it's like people have never crocheted before and saying how, oh, I just started 24 hours ago or whatever, and that they want to do these big projects. And it's like, how about do, like a pot holder? Or practice your chain, chain yourself through the house, get your tension and stuff, and figure out how to even hold the crochet hook, figure out how to use your yarn for tension, get the feel of that, so, and then go from there, make a pot holder. And then, because then I just feel like people set themselves up for failure and disappointment. Because it's like, oh, well, I want to make a sweater like what that lady made. And you don't even know what the stitches are. And you don't even know how to read a pattern yet. And you can learn, and it's pretty easy if you give yourself time and grace and patience, Well, thank you, Kylie. I appreciate that. I appreciate the subscribe. Yeah, just make like a little square, a granny square. Just learn how to do a granny square even, First thing I made was an amigurumi rabbit. Look like the naughty frogs. Look like my drunk frogs, is that what you're saying? Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Yes, like Patty said, and like, yes, she's coming in agreement with me. You need to start small, because then you're going to just set yourself up and you're, oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I did, yeah, because you bit off more than what you're ready to chew yet, There's nothing wrong with having a goal, I tried to make a granny square, but it just ended up to be a very tiny ball somehow. Oh my gosh. And you want to make a sweater. Yeah, what you need to do is just make a square. Just like you can think pot holder, and just make a square and just do your chain. You get comfortable with your tension on your chain, and then you practice single crochets for a couple of rows. Then you practice some double crochets for a couple of rows, something like that, And so then you get to know how to make a square, how to make your lines, stuff like that. A baby drinks milk before eating steak. You're right, Patty. You're right. And I know that people get excited. They're excited, and I'm excited for you, because it's great. But that's what I hate to see is whenever people, it's like, well, I tried and I just suck at it and I'm not any good. Okay, well, you just started yesterday, which I know you said last week, whatever, but you know what I mean. So it's like, what do you expect? I mean, you have to practice and give yourself time, grace, and patience. And you said your cousin helped you, go to her, her or him, whoever, and ask them questions, have them help you, My favorite size is actually the eye hook, which is a 5.5, but I'm using an H right now. I'm using a 5mm. So, but I'm old school. I usually say the letters. So I try to say the millimeter, but I'm old school. I still say the letter. I wish they had letters on them still and not the millimeter. I'm not used to that. It's just because I am old school and I'm still not used to it. I'm still fighting it. After all these years, I'm still fighting it. So, but yes, the eye hook is usually my favorite because I tend to crochet on the tighter side. Not all the time, but I do tend to do that. So it gives me a little bit more give, you know. But it also depends on what I'm crocheting. For my wearables, it's usually the H or the I. Unless I'm using smaller yarn, then of course I'll size down. So it just depends. But that is my favorite hook. I will say that because I make a lot of blankets too. Hello, Pascal. Are you ADHD Cloud? I am very much so. If you are, make the sweater, and YouTube has everything you need, and Johnna helps a lot. Oh, yeah, and I'm not, I mean, she needs to just go for it if that's what she wants to do. I agree, you know, because believe me, I am seriously ADD. I have been diagnosed with that. But I feel like the older I get, I'm coping with it better, maybe, I guess, or really in a way, I just really feel like I've been delivered of it, and freed of it. But I do agree with you, CJ. But yet again, at the same time, as a blanket, a lot of people, they just bite off more than they can chew and then they just give up on it, you know. But it is true. A lot of YouTube out there. I recommend YouTube. I recommend watching, you know, several videos beforehand just to sit and watch the videos of how they even do it, you know. Because there are some stitches that I've learned how to do that I went to YouTube to learn that are a little bit more advanced that I didn't even know how to do. So I have to watch it several times though sometimes because my attention span is a squirrel a lot of times because I'm very much still the type that I'm watching something and even talking, I still know everything's going on around me. And I could still, if there was other people talking in the background and had 5 conversations going, I'd know what those conversations were. So I still have that, but I'm functioning. I can still do and talk and whatever. But I definitely recommend just sitting and watching the videos, even if you have to rewatch it, see how they do it, what their techniques are a little bit, and then go to somebody else and do the same thing. And that will help you to kind of determine what your style will even be. Because not everybody holds their hook the same. Not everybody does their tension hand the same. You have to find what helps, you know, what works for you. And yes, I will help as much as I can, you know. And my email is in the description. So everybody, you know, I always say people can email me. Your ultimate goal is a sweater. Focus on dishcloths, yes, pot holders, then a scarf. No letters and numbers for me. Learn symbols and pattern reading. And those were the first patterns that I, you know, so whenever I started trying to read the other patterns, it was like, huh? So yeah, that was a transition because it was the symbol patterns. That's how I learned how to crochet, was by symbol. I think that everybody should learn how to do, you know, that. I think they should learn how to read both because it's really quite interesting. Honestly, to me, the symbol patterns are way easier than the other long form written patterns. But that's how I learned, and that's what I learned by patterns. Those are the patterns that I learned. So it may be different if it was the other way around, you know. I made a turtle, but the head looks cursed. Well, I'm an advanced crocheter, and I made some frogs that were pretty hilarious. For some reason, I just could not get their mouths, and they were so cute, but still, they were just a bunch of drunken frogs that just had a hard night on the lily pad. So they were so funny, and I gave them to my granddaughter, and she absolutely loves them. Oh, 2 scrunchies down. Yay, scrolling. Good job. It took me so long to make a magic circle when I didn't know how to do it. And magic circles are really pretty easy, but again, if you're not a crocheter, I mean, again, you have to learn. You know, you start somewhere, right? So, wonky sweaters, drunken frogs, and bunnies. It's fun to look back at your bad ones. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We had so much fun with that whole frog ordeal. That was like that, to go back and do what do you call it? Like a collage of my videos of little snippets of the really hilarious times would be so funny. I ain't got time for that though. It would be fun to do, but touche, didn't think about losing interest. Make the granny. Yeah. Did I mention I miss you ladies? Yes, CJ, and I've been thinking about you off and on, but I knew that you very much had a lot going. Good stuff, but a lot going. There are no bad ones, just ones full of laughter. Oh no, yeah, no. Never had any bad ones. Yeah. Horsey laughter and good times. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm about to crochet a border. Do you have any tips? Oh my gosh. About a month left, then a little break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lenore, that's true. That is true. Yeah, because my frogs, that's like I said, it's like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. So funny. I mean, at the time, in the midst of some of it, it was like I was getting like, I am going to conquer this frog. I'm going to conquer it. But it was hilarious. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I want to know cats. Oh, geez. Okay. I'm getting tired of that. Well, Caesar may have got that message before I got him taken care of. I don't know, but that was pretty funny. But yeah, he needed to just walk home. You're right. Well, Sunny runs at 7, so I'm going to try to sleep. But I had to make sure you guys know I think of you, pray for you, and love you all lots. Well, thank you, CJ. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. So good luck. Good luck to Sunny at 7. And get some good sleep. And we'll talk to you again later, whenever you can make it back again, And I can always email you every now and then to check in on you, make sure everything's good. Excuse me. Okay, CJ. No, I'm not going to. Supposed to have ended at 9 and we just walked away 10 minutes ago. Oh, wow. So I would say that you had a productive day today, Lenora. I would say it was an awesome day. Okay, Clouds. Well, you're welcome back anytime. And if you have any questions, we'll try our best to help you, you know? And keep crocheting, keep practicing, keep doing all the things, you know? Experiment, do whatever, you know? You'll get it. You will absolutely get it. Holy wow, we have very low inventory now. Oh. So see, your hard work paid off, Lenora. And I know it leaves you feeling like, you know, that like feeling of like, oh no, what are we going to do maybe, but still. Absolutely. I agree with Patty on that. Try, and keep trying again. Just keep on keeping on with it. You'll get it. I tell Landon perfection comes later, concept first. Yeah, I mean, that's like with anything. You want to get your foundation. You want to get, you know, hone in on, you know, and all the things. I mean, okay, I got the last row done. Did I not bring my scissors in here? I thought I did. Where did I put them? I know I did because I just snipped the ends of that shirt off a little bit ago. Did I drop them? Okay. They didn't sprout legs. I know that. Maybe it. Nope, not under my shirts. Oh, I did lay them down back here. Okay, Lenora, be safe. Okay. Got that sleeve done. Now I just need to do around the front opening here, like around this. So. I hear Luna and they're snoring. Thank you, Patty. I am pleased with it. I wondered how the gray would be with it, but the more I got it done and it was kind of, coming together and everything, it was like, yeah, I think I do like it because it brings out the colors, I think, even more. Yeah, I think it's coming together nice. Thank you. Well, I need to get pictures of these taken and get them put up on my whatnot. Get them put up on my Facebook because I haven't even put anything up on my Facebook business page or whatever for a little while. And I still have so much of my inventory that I have not put up yet. Because I was like trying to be so good at, each time that I made an item, get it put up on the whatnot, get it put up on my Facebook. Well, I did for a little while. And then I got out of the habit of it because I was like, oh, well, I'll make a couple. I'll make a few. I'll make a few things up and then I'll do it, Yeah. I did get my cows put up, so did get those done, but not all. I mean, I don't have all of them done yet, though. You will sell them on whatnot. And I'm going to put them up. I mean, I don't know if they'll sell or not, but as long as they don't sell on whatnot, then I do take them to my markets with me. And if I sell them at my market, then I take it off my whatnot. But if it's something that I know that I still have access to the yarn to make what I have, then sometimes I'll go ahead and keep it on. And if I do get somebody that contacts me or something in regards to something, then, but a lot of times I'll just put it as unlisted too. And then if I want to go ahead and make another one or something, then I'll go ahead and make another and then relist it again. Starting to sound froggy. Yes. Yeah. Try. Yeah, because I have some of my market bags that I have not got put up on Whatnot yet. I think I have all my wearable stuff up there now. Maybe there's a few things that I have. Yeah, no, I don't. That's a lie. Some of my t-shirt stuff I don't have up yet. So yeah, I still have some of the wearable stuff to put up. And then of course these sorters that I'm just now making, but I don't have any of my Christmas stuff up on there at all. Of what I already have made, like my Christmas tree ornaments and stuff that I made last year that I still have left. I'm trying to remember if I have my snowman on there now. What time do I normally get on live? I usually am on at 9 Central Time of an evening. Nellie. Hello, Madeline. And I try to come on every night, but sometimes that doesn't always work out. So, if you like, you can hit the subscribe, you can subscribe and then just hit the notification bell, and, then you'll get notified whenever I'm on, of course. And I do try to put something on my community page, especially if I've said that I was planning on being on. If something happens that I can't, then I usually do let you all know. I try to let you know. So yeah. Oh, she's doing great. She's doing just fine. It's my dad now. Whenever, we had that wedding, for our son last weekend, and they went with, and my dad, I guess he got this place on his back. Well, it got really, angry and infected. It's like a cyst of some kind, I guess. And he didn't go to the doctor and didn't go to the doctor until the day we were getting ready to leave. He went to the doctor. And it got really bad. And it's still not looking great. But he is on medication. And they had to change the medication he was on because the antibiotic they gave him was not the right antibiotic. And so they changed that, got him on a new antibiotic. The doctor on Tuesday was able to drain the spot a little bit, I guess. So, but it's like right in the middle of his back, like around his one rib a little bit, and it looks terrible. So if you could say some prayers for him for comfort and relief, and just for the spot to start, calming down, that would be great. You got it. Prayers added for him for sure. Well, thank you very much, Patty. I appreciate it. And the doctor seemed to think in a couple of weeks that whenever he came back that she would go in and kind of take that. She said there's a sac or whatever that she'll have to kind of remove, I guess, since it's a cyst. So, my mom, of course, though, she's like, I don't know how this is going to clear up in 2 weeks. But I mean, if he takes his medicine and stuff, honestly, it once it starts healing, when it starts getting that medicine and everything, it should start. And plus, it's been draining and everything, and even since Tuesday. So I'm hoping that, yeah, it just gradually gets better and better each day. She was sending us pictures of what it was looking like, and I was like, oh, I couldn't hardly look at it. And usually things don't bother me, but that was like, oh boy. Because, a matter of fact, the night we got back, a week ago tonight, he ended up in the ER because he started running a fever. And they had told him that if he started running a fever to get to the ER. And so guess what? They get to the ER and then they take his temperature and he has no fever. And I'm like, how does that happen? Yeah, it's very common. Sometimes you have to have a cord drain put in. I've cared for cysts many times on my husband. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they gave Mom different bandages. So she's been, he can't, there's no way he can do anything with it. I mean, he can't reach or do anything. He can't even see it. And so Mom's been changing his bandage before he goes to bed at night. And then whenever he gets up in the morning, then she'll do it then to get a clean, bandage on it in the morning. And I don't know if they had her putting anything on it, though, other than the bandage. I don't remember what she said, if there was anything they were putting on it at all or not. Hey, Christy, how are you? Welcome to the live. But I know she was able to even get some more out of it yesterday, I think. So I haven't talked to her today to ask her, if it was starting to look even better, or not. But please, Christy, do not share your age out of safety. It's just not a good idea. But happy birthday. I just looked at the time. I thought it was later than what it is. It's only 11:15. I was thinking it was going to be 11 when I looked at the clock. Okay, that's interesting. I had not pressed that button yet before to see what that was. Interesting. I have a new little feature and didn't even know it. I think YouTube's starting to be like TikTok, trying to be. It's like, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Crochet is such good therapy. Even just watching you crochet is relaxing. I hear you, Nelly, because there's people that I watch just so I can watch them crochet too. Whenever I want to take a break, you know. Oh, yeah, fuzzy or something. Yes, it is. It's very soothing. Little ASMR, I guess. Well, one person I haven't seen yet is Randy. Haven't seen him at all yet since I've been back. So I hope everything's good with him. I was thinking about him earlier today. There goes the train. They're still working down there. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Talking extra cells, behave. I need to get some more water. And I need to take a potty break. hear you coming, Whoa. I hear you coming in. Okay. Okay, I'm back from my break. What's wrong, Cloud? Well, I know you want a strawberry, but Mommy put stuff on them that I don't think you're supposed to have. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to take a break here after a while because my left wrist, it looks like it is starting to get swollen right in there. And I just had my hands adjusted yesterday. It's like, I'm going to mess them up. Because I have crocheted a lot today. Four scrunchie down and one yarn done. Oh, awesome. Good job, scrolling. What color are you doing? Red. Oh, pretty. Pretty. Do you ever teach a class like for a small project or anything like that? I have not ever, Nelly. I have been asked by people to kind of give classes and stuff, and I'm open to it. Um, there was actually something that I looked up online about doing something like that, but um, you have to. It was something where you had to pay so much though through their site to do it, but then you set up how much you wanted to charge, for doing it virtually online or whatever. But I haven't went any further in really researching that too much. I have thought of, I've thought different times about doing something like that, maybe here online, but I've not ever done it. So no, I have not done anything as of yet, but I'm open. I've been open to it. They're actually one of the gals that I went and had coffee with this morning. Her daughter, I am supposed to be getting with her sometime to help her with learning, getting better at and learning some stitches and doing stuff like that. But our schedules haven't meshed for us to do that, and she's back in school now, so even this summer with everybody being so busy, I wasn't able to get with her. So hey Josiah, how are you? I'm doing great. Welcome back to the live. Saw a lady doing the alpine stitch today online. I've never done it. Have you? I can't say if I have or I haven't. Because there's different stitches that I've done that I don't know the names of. So I would have to go back and look at it to see if I have, to tell you the truth. So, hey Emma, how are you? I've been doing really good. I hope you've been doing well too. Good, Josiah. I'm glad. Josiah, I'm working on a cocoon, granny square cocoon kind of sweater. And I'm doing the outside, like the center band. I already got the sleeves done. Got them, so, the edging sewn on that. Now I'm just going around the front opening. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad, Emma. I am so glad that you're doing well. Keeping busy. Nice. Oh, yeah. I am loving these little cocoon sweaters. Very cozy. It was like alternating long double crochet and single crochet. So, yeah, I probably have done it. Yeah, Patty, I'm sure I have. Or something similar, Pretty sure I have then, if it's that, yeah. I am not the best at retaining the names of certain pattern stitches. Because even now, some stitches that were named things back in the day, as you know, are given totally different names now, and people are saying, oh, it's theirs and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's been around since the dawn of time. Just because you gave it a new name doesn't make it yours. I think we've had that discussion before, haven't we? Okay, I'm almost done with this row. I want to get this row done before I go. And I'm going to have to give my hand a rest. It's not starting to hurt, but that's why I want to give it a rest now, because I don't want it to start hurting. And really, this is the first time it's ever done that. And now, whenever I was still working as a nail tech, that was different. But okay. Oh, it's 6:10 in the morning for you. It just still blows my mind. I did the shell stitch for years, then it was the lemon peel, now it is a modified granny. Right? Yep, because I remember, yeah, it called the shell stitch because whenever I did my first baby blanket, that's what it was called, the shell stitch. And it was just your series of 3, double crochets, and as you know, and then, yeah, I think I recall a lemon peel at some point in time, and then now it's like, yeah, the granny stitch. So that's why I'm like, I have to stop because for people to realize what I'm doing, for some of these people that are just starting whatever, or in this new phase, in this phase of the crochet world, it's like I get ready to say the shell stitch sometimes, or even the block stitch. I remember being younger, I just call it the block stitch, you know, and then the shell stitch, and then, but it's always been, really, it's always been a shell stitch to me, honestly. But yeah, now it's like I stop and it's like, oh yeah, I have to say the granny because otherwise they're gonna be like, huh? What are you talking about? So okay. Well, I've got 3 rounds around the opening, and I have 3 more rounds to do on that, and I'll be done with this cocoon. So I am giving my hand a break. You woke up at 2:20? Oh my gosh. Will you be going to bed early tonight? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Patty. I had to get me some strawberries. I hadn't had any fruit yet today. Hello again, Scrollin. Just peach with some ice cream. Oh, wow. That sounds pretty good too, Emma. You went to bed at 5 a.m. and turned around and got back up at 8 a.m., Patty? A cold turkey brought with mustard and some dill pickles. That didn't sound that bad, really. I made a turkey meatloaf for supper and had baked potatoes, and I boiled some of the little baby carrots. So that's what we had for supper. And I was putting that all away because Sam, I thought, would go out and eat. I haven't hardly saw him today. He's in there sleeping though, so. And I love dill pickles. I love dill pickles, so. Oh, Patty, I don't know how you're still awake then if you only had 3 hours sleep and you didn't go to bed till 5 in the morning and turn around and getting up at 8. Good night, Nellie. We'll see you again soon, hopefully. You have a great night. Get some good sleep. And we will talk again soon. That's crazy. I stayed up till 11:30 because the boyfriend wanted to talk and then woke up at 6. No, I could do that. I normally wake up at 6 anyway. Oh, speaking of, I'm usually up anywhere between 5 and 6, no matter what time I go to bed. I tried to get myself to go back to sleep sometimes if it was later when I went to bed. But whenever I know that I have to be up and I don't have a choice to be, that I can just go ahead and lay back down if I want to, I have to go to bed at a decent time, because then it makes me feel sick if I don't get enough sleep. If I only get 5 hours sleep, it's going to make me feel sick. But if I get to 6, 7, I'm good. I'm good to go. For your dinner today, you're having fish. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. I have to be careful on the fish thing, though. Hello, Luna. Sleep is overrated. I don't know. I kind of like my sleep, But then the thing is, it's like once I get done with all my stuff, I think, oh, then I can go to bed early and I can get some, get to bed and whatever. But then I get to thinking, well, I kind of want to read or I kind of want to watch this, on YouTube or something. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but, I'll catch something on YouTube or something or, watch somebody crocheting or something like that. But then ultimately, then whenever I do that, then my eyes start rolling and it's like, yeah, I'm going to fall asleep. So. The day before was 2 hours. Oh my goodness, Patty. A long night is 5. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do that. Whenever I was younger, I did. I did do that. I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. But I fought sleep a lot though too. But as I've gotten older, I enjoy my sleep, But the thing is too, there is such a thing as getting too much for me too. It's like it's that fine line because if I get 5 or less, it does make me feel sick. But if I get more than 8 or something like that, then I'm kind of like a little off then too, like I've gotten too much. But I don't like I like to get to bed at a decent time and then get up early. And it didn't used to be that way for me. I was not a morning person. I can't sleep unless I am sick. Oh. Phew. 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 Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. Well, and I know some people don't require as much sleep sometimes, and sometimes it's just people can't, they struggle with it. But I have had those times. Whenever I wasn't working and I was home with the kids more, and I would have the nighttime then to myself, and that's whenever I would try to do because I was working from home for a period of time in there for a while. And so then that would be, the nighttime, then I could get caught up in some stuff and whatever. And then I'd stay up until like 3, 4 o'clock, but then I'd have to turn around and get them up because we live in the country and the bus was here at the butt crack of dawn, And so I'd have to get them on the bus and everything super early. So then I'd be dragging, but then I could always go lay back down if I wanted to. I used to work first shift weekdays and third on weekends. Yeah. I did thirds. I did 12-hour shift thirds. I worked 7 to 7 years ago. Going at 7, start at 7 o'clock at night and get done at 7 o'clock in the morning, and oh, that messed me up. I don't miss that at all. I mean, because I really am more, not as much as I get older. I still am a night person to an extent, but during that time, I very much was more of a night person then. But still, even then, it messed me up. Because I still had to, I would try to hurry up and get home because the kids, I still had to try to make sure they got on the bus and everything, or got up in time for school. Because at that time, I'm thinking Seth, I think, had just got his license, maybe. Or maybe he hadn't yet. I don't remember during that time. But, yeah. And second shift, oh my gosh, second shift. When you're on second shift, you don't have a life, do you? Because I done that too. I worked second shift too. Whenever I was in college, I was working 2 different jobs, sometimes 3, going to school, and I was working in a factory second shift that was about half an hour away from here or so. Oh my gosh, you didn't have a life then, because I was going straight from school to go to work, and if we had to work over or anything, then you were talking 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning by the time I got home, by the time you got home, and then you get yourself all wound down. You know, you're looking at 6 o'clock or something practically after you shower, get something to eat, all that, you know? And I'm like, ugh. Your phone died? Oh my gosh, Lenora. Hey, at least you're back with us. Yesterday I shot more yarn, 3 diamond painting. Oh, wow. So you got more yarn and you got 3 diamond paintings. Oh. I worked third with 2 littles and had cloth diapers. Okay, I didn't have to do that. Mine weren't that young at that time. Mine were young, but they weren't that young. But you know, you do what you got to do, right? You do what you got to do. I didn't have to worry about that, at least. Mine were old enough that they were self-sufficient for the most part. But, you know, I still needed to be around. But, you know, not good. I have so much yarn. Oh, I hear you scrolling. But I am actually getting worked through mine quite a bit. I am pretty proud of myself. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't hearing you, at least off and on. Well, now you know. Oh. Nope, I wouldn't have been able to do that, Patty. Kudos to you. And true, that's the thing. I say I couldn't do that, but I mean, yeah, ultimately, you just pull it out for what we need to do, right? You know, I'm saying now I wouldn't be able to do that. Now I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, it amazes me what some things that, you know, when I was younger, you know, what had to do, you know, and made it through, you know. Hubby worked third for almost 37 years. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, Whitney, his schedule was all over the place, but a lot of times he basically worked third shift. It was a wonky third shift, but that's basically a lot of times what he did work was. It just depended. I mean, there were some nights he'd get up at 9, 10 o'clock, go to work, and he wouldn't come home until 6 o'clock next day, you know. Not doing that anymore. Not doing that anymore. And it's a good thing. Because I think he's realizing just how bad it was, you know, and it was just, yeah, he was running himself ragged. He worked 2.5 years without days off. Oh, yikes. Not even Sunday? Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot on the body. That's a lot on the noggin, you know? That's a lot. You're a ruler of your own country. What would be the first line? That sounds like my husband, Patty. He was always all about, oh yeah, he has vacation, but he wasn't going to take it. He just wanted to take the money. Just take the money. Yeah, we had those days, Patty. Yeah. Whitney was working awful hours up until July. It was awful, the hours. Every bit right there, the 16-hour days, everything. It was nuts. But I did get Whitney to be to where he would take a vacation. It was like, no, we're taking vacation. We're gonna start taking vacations. And I remember the first year I finally got him talked into it. I think Seth was like 16, 17, went to Nashville for the first time. And that was whenever Nashville just really wasn't built back up again or anything. It seemed like it had just kind of went south a little bit during that time. And I remember going because I wanted to go so bad. And so that's we started going. Went every year really after that. Last year we did not go, and this year we have not been. But and but the thing is, whenever we would go, he would think that we had to have something to do the whole entire time. We couldn't just sit around. We had to go, go, go. And it was like, I don't care to do that because yes, there's stuff I want to see, and that's why you go on vacation so you can see and do. But you also need to it's to relax and enjoy and not really have a schedule really, unless there's things you want to go and see and that might require a schedule a little bit, but not be so strict with it. Like you're on your daily routine of working and all that kind of stuff. And he gradually now it's pretty easy to get him to go and do, and he doesn't pitch a fit as much. He actually relaxes, and he's done that for probably the last good 5 years anyway. But like I said, we haven't really done anything this year. We did go to Paducah, but that's the only thing that's the only vacation we've taken in the last couple of years. So my longest day was 22 hours straight, key punching. Oh, yeah, 22 hours. Yeah. I was a taper on a rotary, is what I did. So my hands were doing this all night long on a rotary. Uh, so no wonder this wrist is the way it is because of being a nail tech then for over 20 years, then working on a rotary for, oh gosh, that was whenever I was going to school, my first career of college. And I worked that for, oh gosh, 3 years, something like that. But I actually really liked the job. I really did. I didn't mind it at all. I kind of enjoyed that job, but the people that I worked with too, I got to be really good friends with. But it was that, or no one got paid and bills didn't go out. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, I get it, but I wouldn't have liked it. I would have been a zombie, you know. But again, it's amazing whenever it's things that have to do and for your family and for just, different situations, circumstances, everything, we can sit and say, oh gosh, I would never be able to do that. There's a lot we can do that we just, we don't give ourselves credit for, sometimes. But funny, my boss said he'd buy me a beer. I said, don't drink, and I'd pass out. Oh gosh, yeah. Hello, movie. I'm not going to try to pronounce that whole thing. You saved his butt that day. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, Patty. Thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate that. I kind of gathered that it probably wasn't, and that's okay. But yeah, I just wasn't going to try to pronounce that whole thing. And I'm real hesitant on pronouncing anybody's name a lot of times, so. Especially after I've been on here for a while, and the later it gets in the night. A lady tonight that was so excited to find fellow crocheters, and when she found out I was left-handed too, she wouldn't stop hugging me. Oh, oh, that was sweet. It's always nice to find your people, right? Dedication is a lost art, you know, with some. I'll just say that. Not everyone, but yeah, true dedication is kind of lost anymore. You know, it's a lost art, if you want to put it that way. I think you know what I mean when I'm saying that. I'm trying to be kind, you know. Because yeah, it's just, I, and I do feel bad in a way because it's kind of a different circumstance, but whenever I left my position and the girl that came in to take my place, it's so funny and kind of ironic, you know, because I left, you know, like that last day of August of last year, and she basically did the same thing. She was there a year and left pretty well the day that she had started, you know, a year later. But I guess come to find out she's been having some health issues and stuff. But it's just, it just blows my mind, you know, that some, they want everything that people have, and they see what people have and what they've worked towards to get, and they just kind of they just think it's just going to be handed to them, and it's like, no, you've got to do something to get that, you know. My daughter-in-law was losing it because guess how much I like to be hugged by strangers. Oh, I get you. We've talked about that before. We share that. Yeah. I have to know you before you can come in, you know, unless it's something, I mean, sometimes it just depends. I'll say that, you know. If there's somebody that's really kind of, you know, upset or whatever, and I feel for them and they're comfortable, then, you know, in certain circumstances I can do the hug, you know. But yeah, I get you. I get you. So you see, in that circumstance, you know, that was just sweet, and you know, it, and hopefully it wasn't anything just like coming in hot at you, but I watched a mass tonight about how people dress for church. We should honor the Lord with our attire to not look like we are going to a beach. Yeah. 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 Right. And, I mean, I try not to be, I try not to think negatively and be on, because sometimes I feel like I'm being judgy on people sometimes. And so I try to look at it though, too, for some of them. It's like maybe they don't have where they can dress differently or something, too. But there are some times with people, that that's not the case. And, you know, there's, um, there's not a whole lot of modesty sometimes. So she probably would have sat there all night if her husband hadn't been with her. Oh, yeah. But that still is super cool and sweet. So, but yeah, yeah. Change of times, weaning away from godly ways. Some know better. And that's true. I mean, some people just aren't taught and they don't know. And sometimes it is a matter of, some of us, me being patient and slowing down in my thought processes and stuff. And I'm getting better at that, of not just automatically assuming things and stuff sometimes. And something hit me here over the last couple of days of, judging a book by its cover. Somebody made that comment, and it was with kind of an interview with someone that it was like, oh, wow, I have done that, and kind of with this certain person, even. And so I try not to do that. I really try not to do it because I don't know their story. I don't know where they're at. And sometimes it is a matter of being patient because there's just some people that don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know unless somebody is willing to sit down and be patient and share and give ideas and give guidance or whatever. Yes, we absolutely all do need friends. Well, I have a dog, so I'm a dog person. What was one of the happiest experiences in your life? Having my children. God sends angels, and we never know who will pass by our journey in life. Exactly. We are given people in our lives to cross our paths to learn from, for us to learn, for them to learn. And, even whenever it comes to helping and stuff like that, very much, Patty. What was one of the most challenging moments in your life? Um, oh, I have some challenging moments, but I'm not going to share those. But I appreciate the questions, whatever, but I'm not going to answer it. Hey, Jeanette. Well, I certainly believe that the Lord allows people to cross our path. You have a good night too, John. The one right now. I remember when families were together on Sundays and stores were closed. Those were the days. Oh, yeah, because it used to be that, I mean, especially where I live, there was nothing open. I mean, if you didn't get what you needed by Saturday, you weren't getting it. You weren't getting it. So, and now everything's open, you know. And you know, it was every Sunday where my grandma's and grandpa's, you know, we'd go for dinner, you know, for lunch or whatever after church and stuff. We'd always be down there and we'd stay all day. It was an all day affair. We did not go home and we were outside playing the whole time while we were there. And, you know, yes. And it was a, you know, a day of rest. And that is what we do try to implement here now is that if there's things we want to get done, you know, we haven't, you know, if Sunday it gets to Saturday, you know, and that's kind of our day to wrap things up. And I even, you know, even Whitney, I mean, he'll go out and grill and stuff and kind of get stuff ready for the next week or whatever. So then I don't have to cook a whole lot on Sunday. And you know, and that's really about the only thing that I will do maybe sometimes is I'll maybe cook a little bit more unless he has already like grilled stuff out or whatever to make it easier. And so we get up, we go to church, you know, we get up early, we spend time together in the morning, and then we go to church. And then sometimes I will have an oldie pickup. Sometimes I'll do that, but then sometimes I don't want to do that because then I'm like, I don't want these people to have to work on Sunday, you know, type thing. That does pop into my head, you know, a little bit. And but sometimes I will have an order to pick up, and so then I'll have my groceries for the week, you know. But yeah, on Sundays, we really try to just take that as a serious day of rest, you know, and really with the Lord in mind. I mean, it just really, because it's meant to be a day of rest. And so my grandpa taught us that only feed the animals, no stall cleaning or other work. Oh, yeah. And I think too, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I think different families have different ways of doing things too. You know, you know, because honestly, one day, why can't we just take one day in honor of our Lord to do that and allowing us rest, you know, and us to take that time to rest, you know, and rest in Him. Oh, and I agree with that to show up no matter what. He'll take us no matter what. I totally agree with that. But what I think our topic was is the disrespect and some of it with people that really they do have another means. But even then, I know the Lord takes us no matter what. So, but yeah, I would rather show up a filthy, wretched, whatever. I mean, he's still going to take me, you know. But there is, I think, a certain degree of respect and reverence that we need to show a little bit for caring for ourselves and our body and our vessel that the Lord has given us to reside in, you know, too. So, I mean, I think we're kind of talking different subjects a little bit. So, and that's okay. Hey, Piper. I get to go to homecoming on the 4th of October. I get to go with my crush. He was my best friend. He doesn't know I like him like that. Well, I say go, Piper, and just have fun. And we're not talking about that. We're not saying, no, that's not what we're talking about, Jeanette. I'm a full-fledged Christian every day of my life. I mean, the Lord died for me. You know, I know that every day and take it very seriously. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that. That's why I said you're kind of on a different subject, I think, than what me and Patty were discussing, and that's okay. I mean, you probably came in the middle of it, maybe, I don't know. It was how I thought too. We should want to honor him with more clothes, not less. I tell you, when I need to pray, I do it no matter what I'm doing or where I'm at. Well, absolutely. We have, yeah, absolutely. I pray constantly. I'm always talking to God. I'm always talking to Jesus. I'm always connected. Always. I don't have to be in any certain place. I could be sitting here. I could be sitting in the middle of nowhere. And He is available to me 24/7. Absolutely. And yeah. Okay. I mean, okay. That's all right. Because how do I know? You just started talking, so that's what I'm saying. You may have come in the middle of it, but I really don't feel like you're getting the essence of what we are truly talking about. So, and I think we're all on the same page. So I don't know. Sorry, no offense there. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah, they have constantly been changing, because we were talking here a while back, me and my best friend, and we were, there's every generation, it's oh my gosh, it's just not like what it was back in the day, and oh my gosh, it's so much worse. And really, yeah, it is. I mean, it's gradually getting worse and stuff, but each generation there's that level, and things do change. They don't stay the same, and all we can do is just just continue to hold strong and steadfast and, you know, be the best we can. And because I always say, I want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. That's what I say. And I've proclaimed that on here several times, you know, and I want to do that in kindness and love. And you can do that and spread that love and kindness and be the hands and feet of Jesus and share the gospel with people genuinely, you know? And that's what I want to do, because, I went through a lot of stuff and the Lord used me and He is using me. And I do not take that for granted whatsoever. Life was easier when it was simple. Yeah, I don't know that it's always been simple. I don't know. There were simpler times at different times, But I know I understand what you're saying though, Patty. I do understand. Bible school was the ultimate summer experience, and times were simple, not as rushed. You're right. You are right about that because that was one thing that we did. We always looked forward to it in the summertime, going to Bible school and stuff. That was always a big, and I loved it. And it was not as rushed. We weren't involved in so many things. We didn't have social media and stuff and things that were, busy work, and not, time suckers, and we could focus on other things that really do matter in the core of things, and because then, certain things that like, and yeah, I'm on social media and we're all on here now, and I do like it for the fact that I can connect with people and talk with people, especially about this kind of stuff, you know, and just have a good conversation and bouncing things off of each other and stuff and whatever. And so yeah, but yeah, the whole social media thing and having access to all of this 24/7, it does tend to be, spending your time doing things that otherwise you could be doing, kind of like the time sucker type thing. But we're all guilty of it now, though. Right, right. Had Kool-Aid and did crafts, yeah. Oh yeah, because that's why even whenever I was younger, I hardly watched TV. I just really did not watch a whole lot of TV, and I still don't. I still don't. I am very careful with what I see in here. I really have tried to bend because I don't even really listen to the radio that much anymore. Every now and then I'll listen to some songs or whatever from back in the day, whatever. But I usually just listen to Christian radio for the most part, just because I very much love music. I still love all kinds of music. I really do. But I tend to just gravitate towards more of the Christian based music, even the older music and stuff, because I do feel like I'm drawn to it. And I listen to the words. It's not because of the music particularly, it's because of the words, and I really tried to focus on that as a prayer even a lot of times. And I feel like it does connect me, you know, in a sense, you know. But I'm always I do. I constantly want to have that connection with him. I do. Oh my gosh. Music feeds your soul. I still like hymns too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it very much does move me. Yeah. It calms me, you know, and it calms my brain to where I can like settle down and I can, it's like then I feel like I can pray better. I feel like I can hear him better, feel him better as far as, whenever I really am in more of a warfare, like of prayer and stuff over certain things. It does. It calms me down. It clears my brain more. The history behind some hymns is amazing. I think some songs speak to our hearts. Oh, absolutely. I mean, because really, most of these songs they're written prayers. You know, that's what they are. And that's the way I look at them a lot of times, you know, because at different points in my life, it's amazing how I'll be thinking about something or praying over something. And then there'll be a song that will come to me or that I'll hear on the radio or, you know, whenever I'm listening to it on my Alexa here, while I'm cleaning house or doing dishes. And then I stop and I'm like worshiping big time in the middle of my kitchen. So, because that's what I told Whitney now that he's home all the time. I told him, I said, you're kind of messing with some of the things I do some days. I said, I usually would get up and I'd sit in his chair and that would be my prayer time, my Bible time, all the stuff. And I said, I could sit there for 2 or 3 hours some days, and this is after I was retired. And I was like, and I'll get the music playing and I'll be worshiping and singing out loud, doing all my thing. And I was like, you might think I'm going nuts or something. He goes, no. He was like, you can still do that. And I was like, well, yeah, but I was like, I really don't want him sitting there staring at me the whole time while I'm doing it. So I told him, I said, I may just stay in the bedroom for a while and then I'll come out. It amazes me when the pastor gives a sermon and you feel he's seeing your heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because really every Sunday I get something. There's something ultimately with our pastor that I don't know. It just, and it does. It amazes me how the Lord works. And yeah. Yes, donuts. I do. Because even with this pastor that we have right now, he's just, I really do appreciate him very much and his heart. He's very good. Oh gosh, I probably better get off of here. It's 12 o'clock and I'm gonna start having the yawnies. Oh my gosh, Frenchie. You have not been on here in forever and a day either. And here I'm saying how I'm gonna get off of here. How are you doing, Frenchie? It's been forever. We all have our own needs for our Lord. Just got back from Montana and South Dakota. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you had a great time. Saw Mount Rushmore. I would like to go one of these days. Whitney and I were going to go for our 25th. And of course that didn't happen because it was, during the what, the height and the prime of the what, and so we never got to go. We were just going to take like 2 weeks and totally just go, and that didn't happen. So yes, Mount Rushmore I think would be absolutely amazing. I posted a picture of the mountains on my channel. Oh, I'll have to go look at that, Frenchie. Awesome. You lived 3 months? Oh, wow. Didn't you that? I'd like to go to Yellowstone sometime too, actually. I would love to go out there because that was one place that we were planning on trying to go. And Whitney has a friend, I think, that still lives out in that area. I think no, it was either Wyoming or Montana one that he has a friend that lives, because that's actually where he wanted to move to, and he didn't whenever he was younger. Went to Sturgis and Deadwood. Cool. I said earlier I haven't seen Randy since I've been back. So I was hoping everything was okay with him, and I thought, well, maybe he'll appear. Well, he hasn't appeared yet, so. Isn't it amazing how they made Mount Rushmore? Oh, it just blows my mind. I can't even imagine being there to see it. I mean, it's almost like whenever I went to, me and my niece here a few years ago went to the Ark to see the Ark, and I remember I just lost it. We were on the bus driving up to it, and to look at it, it was like whenever you looked at it, it looked like it was on water. It was just the coolest thing, and I mean, I had tears because it was just breathtaking to see it from a distance like that, and the closer we got and everything, because it was just like, oh my gosh, I know it's not the real thing or anything like that, but I was just so excited to be there and actually just go through it and get to see kind of what a semblance of what it would have maybe been like, and whatever, but so that in my brain I'm kind of thinking it would kind of take me away like that a little bit. Johnna, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Frenchie. I'm doing good. It's been a little bit of crazy times here, but we're good. So yeah, I'll have to check it out and look. It was amazing, Patty. I would go again. I would go again. It's in Kentucky, right? Yeah. Working on your beads now. Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, Frenchie. Yeah. Yesterday, yeah, I was just kind of, I don't know. Yesterday was a different day, just with everything going on and stuff. So I understand. I understand. It was just, there was a different feel yesterday. I wasn't like, yes, heavy heart. You're right. Yeah, it was that. I, you go do them for me. You go do them for me. How about? Oh, geez. And yeah, I've been busy with the crocheting, so it's been all good stuff. Oh, thank you, Frenchie. I appreciate that. I'm having fun with it. And thank you. I appreciate all your guys' support and your kind words. Hello, Alexis. The funny guy. Are you talking about somebody that used to be here, or are you talking about something somewhere else? I can't think of his name. Oh, I don't know. Well, I was going to say chosen Lenora, but I didn't know if that's what she was meaning or not. So that's what was in my head, but I hadn't said it yet. So you got the memo. Was Randy the raccoon guy? Oh gosh. I don't think Frenchie was here for during the raccoon time, but yes, I wondered if that's who you were talking about, Frenchie. So yes, he was in earlier. He's still been in and out, so he was on here earlier, then he disappeared, and that's not unusual. He could still be on here. I mean, he could have been here the whole time. I don't know. And that's okay. Some people do that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Doesn't matter. Oh, he changes his name all the time. He has a different name right now too. Thank you, Alexis. Yeah, he's still changing his name all the time. He has a different name now and whatever. I mean, he's still doing the things. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and see how you are. Smash the thumbs up. Well, I appreciate it, Frenchie. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you popped in because I think about you. Oh, Alexis, that's not necessary, but I appreciate the thought, but yeah, not necessary. I'll let you visit. I'll lurk. Enjoy your night. Well, thank you, Patty. I appreciate you very much. Okay, Frenchie. I'll talk to you. Hopefully, I'll talk to you again soon. So, yeah, because I'm getting ready to get off of here anyway. So, because it's getting later. And, yeah, I was have to give the wrist a break. Go see Mount Rushmore is mind blowing. Yeah, we'll eventually get there. We'll eventually get there. I wouldn't I wouldn't have minded to have went sometime this year, but it didn't happen, and it won't this year, but maybe next year. Well, you have a good night, Frenchie, and thanks for stopping in. Thank you, Alexis. I really appreciate that. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up. I love every single one of you. I really do. I don't take any of that for granted at all. I have grown to love each and every one of you as my family. So, and I really do appreciate the fact that you know, take a part of your life, your day, your evening, whatever to spend with me because our time is very precious. So, anyway, with all that, you guys take care. You get a good night's sleep, and we will talk again soon. Bye. Thank you, Patty.